It's spring training. We're preparing for a 326-mile bike ride from the Ohio River to Lake Erie. This alumni Girl Scout lives by the motto, "Be prepared." Join us to see what preparing for a 326-mile biking journey looks like. Getting the bikes tuned up.
Filling that up, also you're shifting and choosing.
Yeah, this one could benefit from just a standard tune. The rear hub is loose. The brake is not set up totally properly. The actuation arm is a little wound too tightly. We just set that back to normal. The brake that actual caliper would just have more longevity. The derailleur hanger's a little bent.
Online, from our distributors, it's about, I think it was about $100 per wheel. Bad for a rear wheel. And that would be here, I have to say week to 2 weeks, unless, you know, in case the truck crashes, but usually it's about a week.
It's a good thing you're doing it now, before we start.
Yeah, before it starts the season. And before it gets crazy. Yeah, I mean, we'll give you a call either way.
A 4-person bike rack. We're gonna need it for our trip. It matches the other 2-person bike rack he had before. You're gonna put it up. Well, right to you. Remember that? There you go. Front tire. So yesterday there was a fella at the tire store that fixed it because it was flat, but he said we needed a new tube. I don't know what he did to it, but the air was just coming right out of it.
Okay, so it is holding it. And the tire's on backwards.
Okay.
If you carry a tube and a set of tire levers and a pump, pretty simple.
Yeah, we do have that, so we kind of wanted to see how you put that tube in, and then we have these for air.
Right.
Okay.
So that's a one-shot deal when you use those. I mean, they're quick. I mean, they'll put some air in, but not. They may not get it up to pressure, but it gets you back to your car. So.
Is there something else you recommend that we have for the bike trip coming up?
Depends if you're doing are you self-contained and you're camping, or are you?
We're not camping yet.
We're staying in a hotel in between, like on the weekend.
I mean, just maybe an Allen wrench, a chain tool. What do you do if you break a spoke? You know, that kind of stuff. Just getting you back in. If the chain would break, what would you do? So it's just kind of how soon are you gonna make a phone call? You know, because everybody's different.
Oh, so you
Not
said
so much that, but even if you have a chain tool that you can push a pin out and shorten it if you twist the link or break a link. You don't necessarily have to carry the chain, but we cover a lot of that with our maintenance class too. So it's just, it gets in depth. Everybody's different. When people are self-contained touring, they're different than, you know, call a AAA at the nearest, which that is an option. AAA, they'll pick you up at the nearest cross.
we are AAA members, so they'll do that per bike.
Yeah, you just have to make it to like a road, you know, if you're on a trail.
Okay. Yeah.
So So these have a glueless patch. If you would hit a big piece of glass, they do glue that you lay on the inside of your tire. You know, if you did a cut like that and your car far away. Or you can use like a dollar bill or something laid in there.
$100 bill works better.
Only if you
Only if you're bringing
bring
a tire in and make me repair it, then that's my tip.
We got 1 week to go before our trip. So we got a day in the middle of the week. We're taking a vacation day. And right now it's approaching 40 degrees. So it may be a little bit too cold for a bike ride. We have our hiking gear in the car with us too, and we are headed down battery for our phones so they don't die when we're on the trip. One more thing to prepare. Because we'll be running GPS apps to track our mileage and to prevent us from getting lost, we will need our phones at all times. We quickly found out during our spring training that John's phone battery lasted for about 30 miles. So we purchased these Mophie Power Station Minis for our phones. The Apple Store recommended these portable chargers that will keep iPhones charged up to 27 hours. We've just ridden 20 miles to the Xenia station from Dayton. We're taking some spring training here, and I just tried the app that we're going to use on the trip, and I'm going to show you a little bit about this app. When I took the app at the beginning, you see the red line, how it's kind of goofy right here going back and forth. The blue line that's underneath it that's straight is the trail. So as I was getting started, it looked like I was off track, but I wasn't. And then I purposely went off track to see what would happen. And up here where the green arrow turned to red arrow, and it said, it beeped a funny noise to let me know that I was off track. This app is also going to tell me the speed and the estimated time to get to the end of the trail. So we're looking forward to our spring training. We've got 20 miles to go for the day. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Trail day today. Yeah, National Trail Day. Oh, Julie, into the wind again. I'm gonna kick your butt when we get home.
Hopefully, John will be happy he got his butt kicked a little during spring training. In our upcoming bike trip, we'll be riding around 55 miles a day, 2 days back to back. So for our spring training, we worked our way up to 40 miles a day with back-to-back rides. Hopefully, we are physically ready to go. 10 to go, babe. And that'll be like 70 for the weekend. Maybe it does need to be tilted up because I do lean down. Deciding what GoPro mounting equipment we wanted to use was a big part of planning for our upcoming bike trip. Click the video link above to see our next trail video, Best GoPro Bike Mounts. Be sure to like and subscribe so you won't miss our upcoming bike trip on the Ohio to Erie Trail and more great Our Next Trail videos. Until next time, let our next trail help you find your next trail.